Hey everybody, Chevy, Nobody Else's Auto. Tonight, let's take a better look at that 79 Camaro that we pulled out of that garage where it had been for 18 years. Gave it a quick bath, kind of got a chance to look her over a little better, and this is what we've got. Really not too bad of an old car. Even has a decent amount of shine left to the paint. Like I said, all I did was just give it a quick bath. Didn't buff it, didn't do anything to it, just kind of hosed it off, scrubbed it down a little bit. It really doesn't look too terrible, surprisingly. But like I said, at least it was inside, but it had stuff all the way around it and over it and everywhere, but still didn't come out too bad when I gave it a bath. As we can see, it's got a quote-unquote period accessory on the front of the bra. You know, they were extremely common or extremely popular back in the 80s and 90s, you know, supposedly to protect the front end of your car, but typically they ended up wearing the paint as bad as it would have chipped, so usually didn't gain a lot. Still kind of cool to find an old Camaro like this with its quote-unquote period correct accessories on it. Now this is just a basic old Camaro. Nothing fancy, basic V8. We'll go and pop the hood and take a real quick look under there. And basically just an original old car under here as well. 305 V8, pretty much all intact, hasn't been messed with, hasn't been touched, just the way they backed it in, shut the key off. Still has the fresh air snorkel off the old small factory air cleaner that come up to the front. Intact, just untouched the way it was. Nothing fancy, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, and that's about it. And the V8 automatic. As we take a look at this side of the car, really doesn't look too bad. Few dings, few scratches. Obviously it was stored in that garage for a really long time with a lot of stuff stacked on it. But overall, doesn't look half bad. Still got a decent amount of shine kind of all the way around it. Just like I said, at least it was inside. But realistically, it could probably be buffed out and might even be a driver quality paint job just the way it is. Definitely not going to be a show quality deal, but if somebody want to have some fun with it, you can probably run this car just the way it is. Let's take a quick peek on the inside while we're standing here. And once again, pretty much a basic old car. The console is missing, but no gauges, no tack. Just kind of a plain, basic old Camaro. Light blue on the inside as well. And like I said, other than the console, it's all there. Just pretty much a regular old Camaro. Which is, in all honesty, kind of neat. A lot of these plain, so to speak, Camaros, over the years, were heavily modified, changed, made to look like Z28s, had different motors put in them. This is kind of an unmolested original car. One thing that I think is actually kind of cool about this car is it does not have a rear spoiler, never did have a rear spoiler. Almost every one of these cars, if it didn't come with a rear spoiler from new, it sure had one shortly thereafter. This car, well, like I said, other than it appears to be one repaint, I don't think it's ever been messed with. And it's different and almost weird to see a second-gen Camaro that just slopes all the way down like they were designed without the spoiler. Obviously, original taillights and everything all still intact on this car. We can take a look down here at the license plate. We can see where it was last tagged in 2003. That's about when it was backed in that shed, put up on blocks, and put into storage. So up until here a month or two ago when we pulled it back out. If you missed that video, be sure to check it out. We shot some really cool footage of this car exactly as I found it, with stuff in it, on it, around it. And so that was kind of some cool footage still buried in the garage before we ever even touched it and got ready to dig it out. We'll take a look at this side. The car's got a little bit of rust in it around the rear wheels, things like that, a little bit in front of the rear wheels. Kind of, you know, very typical for these old F bodies. But I have looked underneath it. Floors look great in it. And structurally, the car looks excellent. But like I said, it's been inside up on blocks. So fortunately, it has been pretty well preserved. And you know, all the way around, kind of the same thing over here. Some dings, some scratches, things like that. The car sat in there for a really long time. Does still have the factory rally wheels on it. And just kind of, like I said, a basic old car. One other thing I did want to point out that I forgot to show you a little bit ago when we were over here, if I don't know if we can see them. But this car had the also period correct accessory of the dual bladed wiper arms. Something else that was pretty common back in the 80s and 90s that we don't see anymore. I don't even know if they really served a purpose when they came out. But there again, they were big in that era. Once again, kind of a preserved, just like it was driven probably in the late 80s, early 90s, 79 Camaro. That's what's cool about it. That's why the car excited me when I found it. Even though it was just a regular Camaro, seeing stuff like this, the bra, the dual bladed wipers, never having a spoiler hacked onto it, things like that. An unmolested original car is what, to me, makes this car cool. So some of you may not like it because it is a basic Camaro. I think the story and the fact that it hasn't been messed with is what makes it unique compared to other cars. So anyway, that's what we've got for you tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't see the other video, be sure to check that one out, where we literally show you this car as found. We couldn't even get all the way around it. We showed you what we could in this building because it was packed so tight around it. But anyway, made for a neat video. Be sure to check out hotrod.com. They've got an article up on this car right now, so be sure to check them out. Just hotrod.com, go to their website. They've got a cool article on this car as well on there, so be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're on Facebook, please share the video with your friends. Invite them to come over, give the page a like so they can keep up with what we've got going on and check out the new inventory as it comes in. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this stuff, old cars, old trucks, be sure to check out all my other videos. That's all we've got on here. Cars, trucks, signs, gas pumps, toys, automobilia, memorabilia. That's what we do here at Nobody's, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and we're glad you're here hanging out with us. As always, if you have specific questions about any of these vehicles or parts for your project, the only way to get a hold of me is to call me, 620-786-4428. That number is on the page. Giving me a shout, having that quick conversation about your project or what you're looking for a project. Year, make, model, body style, what direction you want to go with it, things like that. That's what I need to know if I've got something here that may be able to help you out. We've got about 1,500 cars and trucks on 20 acres, 20,000 square foot under roof, full of cars and parts as well. So we've got a really extensive inventory. So having that short conversation about your exact project and what you want it to be when you're done, that way I know if I've got something here that might be a possibility to help you out. So give me a shout if you got specific questions. Anyway, other than that, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys stopping by tonight. Hope you enjoyed checking out the Camaro. Be sure to check out the other video on it. Thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you soon on the next video.